In 1961, on the plateau of Takahama, the first exchange took place between Earthlings and, referred to by the term, guests. To honor this extraordinary opportunity, our two countries put aside their differences. The place of residence of the guests was this military camp, which they did not leave for 8 years. The buildings on ground level at Takahama made it look like a modest training camp, but its imposing underground structure housed extensive research units. Nothing has ever been leaked about the type of experiments that were carried out there, the number of persons involved, and the researches pursued, even if we can easily guess as to their purpose. But as we can see from this footage taken after the evacuation of Takahama, all sensitive areas have been sealed off or destroyed. These precautions are a sure indication of the importance of this location and the secrets it still surely contains in the heavy silence that surrounds this gigantic wreck of top-secret scientific research. In 1967 came the return, but the 3 Earthlings were never to come back from where they'd been sent. Of the guests, only 2 were present, one of them, according to the official version, having escaped. The Takahama mystery had begun. Ten months later, one of the guests, answering to the code name Alson II, was found in a district of... On one of the tapes recently released by the International Commission on... You can hear this recording by Agent reporting on these images, the only ones we possess of this surveillance.
Alson II as a subject kept very precise and regular hours. He only appeared at the window at the close of day. He was always dressed to go out and gave the impression he was watching for a signal or waiting for someone. During the 2 months of this surveillance, Alson II was completely alone. He never replied to the telephone, despite our frequent calls, and only went out 2 times a week. He always bought the same things. I don't know where his money came from. The footage from when Alson went out has been destroyed at the request of... One day, Alson II got onto it. I think he may well have known of our existence for a long time, since from the day he went into this house, he never switched the light on.
One day, Alson II actually manages to slip this close surveillance and disappears again. Has he really escaped, or is this a transfer disguised as an escape? We shall never know. One year later, in those circles responsible for leaking Secret Service documents to the press, this unidentified film does the rounds. We are in a studio equipped with surveillance cameras. The mountain, we can't help noticing, is in the United States. It is inside of Lake Memphremagog. We are therefore on the Canadian shore. A precaution in case of incident. This footage was taken on the 17th July 1969. It shows us an individual who resembles the man we saw in the house. He must be in pain as he is taking medication. These medications seem to bring relief for a few hours. If this man is Alson II, his condition is reassuring, since he is clearly too weak to pose any threat. Any danger, if there were any, is thus remote. But it becomes apparent with the first pictures that what we are being shown is the interior of the house, which remained unseen by us in the surveillance tape, whose authenticity cannot be doubted. This permits us to hypothesize that this film is a fake, since it insists on showing us something which we have never seen and which has no point of reference. These pictures are from the 18th July 1969. Remember this date because the choice of it is already a start to resolving the mystery of Takahama. This footage was doubtless destined for the entirely respectable archives which wrapped up the experiments at the base. But who really is this man was shown? Was he already sick? Did he know what was going to happen to him? In these pictures he is surely being spoken to. If not, why the loudspeaker? Why don't we hear the sound? What is really being said to him? He seems to be totally lacking in any reaction. What orders are being given to him? It is the 19th of July, 1969. Look, at the right-hand corner of the bed, his box of medications has disappeared. Were these medicines or antidotes? Is this the reality of the fate he so anxiously awaits? It seems he has just found out the answer. Watch carefully what is about to happen. In a few moments, this supposed Alson II will achieve his destiny, but we are sure that his fate was decided a long time ago. Had he been conditioned? What choice did he really have? We are to be spared no unpleasantness, for it is more important now than ever that this man die today, and that his death not be in doubt for one moment. These images are a message to the whole of humanity. Olson, too, died on the 19th of July, 1969. The next day, the 20th of July, 1969, Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon. The Takahamo mystery deepened a little more.